Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Lewis Glover for Combat Sports UK here, and I am joined by Australian amateur light heavyweight and middleweight, Damian Volar. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining me. This is really exciting. I think you might be one of the first, if only the first Australian amateur fighter to be interviewed for Combat Sports UK. So we're spreading our wings globally. So really appreciate you taking the time to join me.
My pleasure. International status looks appealing on the resume, so that's good.
That's it. Now, we were just talking before this, and you've got some fight news to break already. What a way to start the interview. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, just Sunday arvo or Friday night got offered reached out by one of the promoters in Brisbane, reaching out for a fight, and we never second guess. So we're always we're always there to take that fight. So took the fight. Heard back Sunday from the other team or other camp, all locked in. So December 9th, next Friday night, interim light heavyweight title for XFC in Brisbane, Mansfield Tavern. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. That's really exciting. So what is this going to be I believe is your sixth MMA fight at this point, or counted MMA fight?
Yeah. Six fight. First title shot. So looking forward to it, especially in hostile territory. I like being the underdog. I like getting booed. So when you silence the crowd at the end of it, it's all worth it.
Awesome. Hopefully come back with the first bit of hardware of many for your collection in your career to come. So you are 4-1. You've peeled off 4 wins on the trot, including a few on some big shows, including Eternal MMA. Can you take us back to the beginning of your career, or how you got into MMA? Where did it all start from, and what attracted you to getting into the sport in the first place?
Yeah, about 5-6 years ago, sort of started training jiu-jitsu, just through a mate, was working security at the time, and a few of the guys were doing it. Obviously I was playing gridiron actually, so it was very, very different, from gi to with a helmet on, and then put some pajamas on. So it was quite a different sport, but it was obviously challenging, because especially when you have no knowledge of technique, you get humbled real quickly, and you're like, yep. Especially by a few of the lighter guys, like, what's going on here? Really enjoyed it. Stuck at that I was a couple of years on and off. I was working away a lot, so then just sort of transitioned to that full time, and sort of all she wrote, started doing striking classes, and it was all a bit of fitness at first, but I didn't even know how, I can't really remember how it came about. I was just, for the first time, was I think I want to fight. So put my hand up. That one didn't go too well, but I think it was the best thing for me, because I've, since 4 on the trot, it was pretty horrific. Most people probably would have quit MMA and found another sport, or just quit sports altogether. But it's made me hungrier just to come back and show what I'm capable of.
That's awesome. So was there anything specific you took away from that first fight? Obviously it didn't go your way. Was there anything specific, or was it just a general, wow, I need to really commit myself and work harder if I want to achieve success in this game?
So I was actually with another gym for that fight. I was training out of a different gym. So it was a little bit of stuff with the gym, you just wasn't obviously sort of the right fit for me, but also I think that fight was also it was just a bit of it is what it is, zigged when you should have zagged, because it was over in 7-8 seconds, just a head kick knockout. So I was I was more upset I didn't get, I don't mind if someone beats me and beats me convincingly, but when you obviously you didn't get to showcase anything that you've trained for. So it was just it was more just disappointment that I didn't get to at least show what I am capable of. But that's what just made me hungry, and obviously switching gyms helped a ton. Went to Element Jiu Jitsu and now Element Martial Arts. So covering all the bases, and just when you find that right fit, you just skyrocket. And obviously it's proof's been in the pudding with all my last outings. Been on a bit of a tear, so it's been good.
Yeah, you certainly have 4-0 with some really good performance in there. I was able to dig up some footage on the internet, and some really, really good stuff in there. You have fought at light heavyweight and middleweight. Obviously, this interim title fight on short notice, you're going, it's going to be for light heavyweight. Do you see yourself more as a middleweight or a light heavyweight, or are you happy to bounce between the two for the time being, just taking the opportunities as they come?
Yeah, I definitely see myself more of a light heavyweight. I think just a natural big frame.
You're pretty large. You're pretty large. So
yeah, just trying to keep my arms in the fit on camera. But yeah, that's naturally light heavyweight. But I think as I progress, it'd be good to like be able to sit sort of somewhere comfortable where I can. If I just want to keep active. So if I run through the 205 division, I want to be able to bounce down to 185, and I want to keep active. But you obviously just need that bit more notice when you're going to cut a bit lower. But I see myself being able to bounce between two divisions pretty comfortable. Next year, I've got lots of plans and goals in place, and I'm taking the actions now to work towards those.
Awesome. Can you give us a bit of insight into what you've got planned for 2023? What would be an ideal roadmap? What does a picture of success look like for Damian Volar in 2023?
So I've got on our local Adelaide promotion in South Australia, got a title fight lined up in February 25th, Apex Sports Festival at Norwood Oval. That's going to kickstart my year. Well, actually, before that, I got the over 100 title fight for M16. That's just a grappling show.
Oh, awesome!
So that's our premier grappling show based in Adelaide, and we got lots of all the big names in jiu-jitsu around the nation that compete on that. So the boys Miles and Adam are doing a great job out of M16 and running that promotion. So be on that one first up. That's like end of January. And then, obviously all goes well. Hopefully I have a grappling belt too at the start of the year. Because we've dubbed 2023 strap season. So no straps going to be unturned. They're not safe. Coming for them all. So and then end of February will be the for the MMA. Local promotion, DFC, Diamondback Fighting Championship, before the light heavyweight strap there. And then, obviously, because the plan is next Friday, obviously, you win this interim light heavyweight strap over in Brizzy. So, hopefully, when their light heavyweight champ returns, I'll be able to unify that one against him, and go on a tear from there. And whatever pops up, whoever wants it, I want to be challenged. So
awesome! It certainly sounds like you're going to be keeping yourself busy and staying in shape. These are all amateur contests. I assume you have designs to turn professional eventually. Do you have a time frame in that? Do you have accomplishments that you want to tick off before you do that, or is it just going to be when you know you're ready, you're going to make the jump?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think when you know you're ready, you'll feel that. It's not. I'm very confident in my ability. There's nothing stopping me, stepping up now and probably challenging a lot of people. But it's also you obviously be smart about it. It's I want to make a run out of this and get signed to the big league. So there's no rush. We got plenty of time, young, athletic, healthy. So, I've sort of planned out a time frame. Like next year, obviously, go on that strap season tear, go on a bit of a tour of the nation, and I don't know, maybe from this we might get an exposure and get a UK matchup. We don't know, you know. I hope they might fly me over. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So it'll be looking at 2024 potentially, whether it's whether it's the start of the year or end of the year. So, if not, 2025, I think will probably be the definite be a pro at that point. But yeah, it's just no rush, just in that time frame. Just obviously keep getting better and better and get that experience under your belt at amateur. And I think 10, 15 years ago, people didn't have amateur fights. They just dive straight into fight. Like you're a pro. You just fight. That's all it was. You're like, and yeah, you can see the skill level and obviously how much like the sport's grown from obviously all the grassroots and all the gyms around the world as well. So yeah, I think there's no need to rush it. Just get that experience up, get that experience in the bank. So when you make that professional debut, it's even like how it feels now. Like you've been there, done that. It's all the same now. You rock. You got a job to do. So this is my job now. I quit my job about 6 months ago. So this is what I'm doing. I'm day in, day out. I'm coaching. I'm training multiple times a day. Running the privates, this is my life now. So you gotta make those plans and be smart about it. Got to make this work. So
awesome. That's really exciting. And if you do happen to be over in the UK on a show, no doubt I'll be there and come check that out in person for sure. We'll be there to cover that event. And yeah, in terms of the distinguishment these days between some of the amateur and professional shows, there isn't a big difference, man. Obviously, I think shorter rounds in amateur, but apart from that, some of the amateur shows that you see put on contain seriously high skill level and put on seriously entertaining fights. And so it makes all the sense in the world to develop and learn as much as you can in the amateur level without, risking your professional status while you're still developing and growing. So yeah, it sounds like an awesome plan that you've got laid out.
Yeah, it's definitely the skill level is definitely shot through the roof. Like there's more, there's more amateur fights on most cards now. You might only have 3 or 4 pro fights. The other 8 amateur, and it's the quality, like you said, obviously you get those sort of those debutants or amateur who obviously battling the nerves and other things, and obviously you can see that difference. But yeah, when people are 3, 4 fights in, you can start to see it's they know what they're doing at that point where you should do, or maybe you should take up a different sport. But everyone's they're on board. They know what's happening. That's it ain't a game. This is it's real life. We ain't playing. This is life, health and safety. We're putting it all on the line. So for the greater glory. But yeah, that's definitely made the amateur scene tenfold better than it obviously was, and obviously especially when it was non-existent 10 years ago. So it's definitely created a pathway for younger people. There's obviously a lot of people are 18, 20 and they've already had 3, 4, 5 fights. You're I was make sure I wish I started this when I was a little bit earlier. But it's all good. You got that old man strength, and so we've got a baby due in February too, actually. So I've got a very busy start to the year.
Congratulations! That's wow! What a busy start to the year. Grappling tournaments, title fights, and a baby on the way.
Yeah, it's all happening, and So this is that bit more of a reason why got to make this stuff work to make a living, to make a life. So it's crazy.
That's awesome. You mentioned earlier that you used to play gridiron American football. First question: what position did you play? And B, what athletic traits have translated well into MMA from gridiron?
Yeah, I played running back and defensive tackle. Sometimes or the end. So yeah, on the D line, sort of shuffled around wherever was needed, and yeah, running back or fullback. Just deceptively fast for a big guy. So
I was gonna say those are two positions. I think, when someone says they play two ways, I don't imagine them playing D line and running back.
Yeah, it's a I think I was obviously on the tube. The thing is, someone made a little bit of a highlight thing of mine. I don't even know who made it. I just found it when I was like on YouTube one day. There's once again in that open field, and obviously, and I'm definitely had a few trucks under my belt, running over people and taking 3 or 4 to try pull you down, and I've got a couple of good photos and videos from my years playing. I've been in the end zone and just blasting through people. So that was my 2 positions. Definitely the D line. Well, I think as a sport, gridiron is good for that. They're just obviously at the highest level of NFL, like athletes, absolute athletes.
Unreal.
But like the explosiveness. You obviously need to have a bit of like being fight fit is so different to being cardio or CrossFit. But it's once you can get that fight fitness, it's that explosiveness definitely come over from the gridiron. Especially being a down lineman, you're exploding up on that upward trajectory, and that's definitely helped with my first time doing a jiu-jitsu tournament. I was a white belt like 5 years ago. I just double legged this bloke, and his legs were just you got someone took some photos on the day, and his legs are just above his head, and there's referees looking over from the other mat because I just see this guy flying in midair. The double leg was sort of my first takedown. I sort of learned just naturally because just felt similar to shooting off the D line. And so that translated pretty well. That's sort of been my bread and butter, my grappling. So I think that's the main transitions, that just that explosiveness and just obviously with a level change or level changes for grappling and takedowns. That's come quite naturally to me.
Awesome. That's great to hear. So a few more questions and we'll wrap it up. I'll let you recover. I know you have just come back from training, so I'm sure you're ready to
make sure that's it's not a beer. It's a Jamu. It's looks like a beer, but it's my how I describe it's like kombucha, but it doesn't taste like shit.
Nice. That's always good. I love it. I just wanted to ask, who are some of the fighters that you watch today who maybe not necessarily trying to base your game on but you see things that you like and try to incorporate little bits and pieces, or people you take inspiration from, or even just fighters you enjoy watching?
Big. Obviously, you're a lover or hater. Like, obviously, he's had a bit of a crazy couple of years, but Connor, he was obviously, he was like, you hate him, like you love him or hate him. He definitely boosted the MMA game.
Unquestionably.
He's still an icon, and he's going to be that future Hall of Famer. He's obviously a legend of the sport, looking forward to his return when passes USADA's testing. But he's a bit jacked and juicy at the moment.
Very juicy.
Obviously, Connor. Like Poirier, Chandler, like I'm a big fan of those guys. Obviously, Nurmagomedov. Just obviously for the grappling relation, like a lot of stuff that he does, I put into my game. Just that sort of, we've seen it's just that dominant part of the game. Like it doesn't matter if you're a black belt jiu-jitsu, judo, sambo, like you're the best Muay Thai striker in the world. Like if if they get close to you and they get hold of you and just start ragdolling you, like it's a different sport again. Like so they've changed the game a little bit in that aspect. So those sort of guys are just the ones. All seem to be like lightweights as well. I don't know. Maybe lightweight's calling my name. I don't know. No, it's just they're just obviously those guys who especially like Poirier. They've been doing it for such a long time. They're like they're just pretty inspirational people. I think they just always pushing to be great, as is obviously all the other athletes as well. But yeah, they're the ones that I sort of like. I guess I show a bit more of an interest in, and yeah, Poirier's got a really good actually. I can't remember what it's called. Have you seen it? There's like a doco on him from when he was like first starting professional.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's in like
it is
the
good.
back streets of it's called like Fight or something like that. It's from a long time ago.
Fightville, I think.
Yeah, Fightville, that's it.
Yeah, great movie, and it's just like and that's sort of like where I'm at now. And obviously, that was obviously 10, 15 years ago. It was a different time, but and they're just doing that, yeah. And at a bloody rodeo, they're setting up bloody a cage in the middle of the rodeo arena, and you gotta get through those sort of early fights in your career, and but it just shows, because the other guy that features in that film, he didn't quite make it. He wasn't training, he wasn't committed, and it shows that if you don't put into it, you're only gonna get out what you put in. So either you're gonna not make it and you can play the blame game all you want, or you can just commit everything, and you still might not make it, but at least you tried and you gave it everything. So the doors are there to be opened up. I think especially over here in Oz, we've got a really solid contingent, and yeah, like I said, those big shows like Eternal, like like they're those pathways. There's a gateway to the UFC. Right in on our home turf. It's not. I think people think it's like an unreasonable target. I was like, why is it? Like, it's just people are doing it. Like, why can't I do it? Like, this is what I want to do. So that's where my head's at with with the opportunities. It's there to be taken.
100%. The Aussie MMA scene is probably as popular or is having as much success as ever. I mean, even just in the UFC now, you see so many young Aussies surging through. A lot of guys who have fought on Eternal or been former Eternal champs. Jack Della Maddalena is the perfect example of that. He is a superstar in the making, probably a future champion. He was the former Eternal welterweight champion, I believe. So, and he's almost certainly going to get featured on that Perth card. And you string a couple of good performances together on Eternal. It's featured on Fight Pass. Australia, the UFC comes to Australia. They're looking to fill the prelims with local guys. I mean, the opportunity is there. There is a clear and realistic pathway to make it in either into the UFC or just as a professional MMA fighter. Where I think 10 years ago it looked a lot cloudier. So I think there's a bright future ahead for the people who, as you said, are willing to put the work in and see what they can get out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Just what comes to mind is like Jim Carrey when he's like, "So you're telling me there's a chance?"
There is a chance.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Need that one chance, and you win that prelim, and they're like, "Hey, like this guy's good." Like, you only need that one opportunity. Like we've even seen, even if you lose, but you put on like a spectacular performance, and like they can see, because sometimes it's a tough sport. You can be the better athlete, better fighter, and still lose on the night. So yeah. I think they see past the record sometimes, like in that matter, and they can see that potential, and you still might be a chance to get another chance if you're lucky. So you got to obviously just put that best foot forward and go out there and put on a show.
That's it, absolutely. All right, Damian, this has been awesome. I'm going to let you get back to evening, let you recover. But before we get on out of here, is there anyone that you want to shout out, any sponsors, any social media that you want to plug? I'm going to give the floor over to you.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple at the moment. Obviously, Element Martial Arts, the gym, see all my coaches and teammates. My partner, Lauren, obviously, waiting at home for me to come home for dinner with a baby in the belly. The sponsors got there's one of these, DCE.
Awesome.
One of the sponsors, Roll Clean Soap, Roxy's Tattoo, Recover Right Massage. That's I'm actually in the massage room at the moment. We got it at our gym. We've got on-site masseuse, so that's very handy. So in the massage room at the moment. Thanks, Ash. She doesn't know about it yet. She will. And we got a big one coming on board, American Motors. new major sponsor coming on board. And it might be a few more in the new year. So after I get a few straps on my shoulders, I'll have to have another interview, and I'll be sitting here with my straps, and we can hopefully get a few more on board to shout out as well.
Awesome. I'm sure at that point, mate, you're gonna be beating them away with a brush once you got those straps coming your way. So yeah. Congratulations on the new sponsor. Congratulations on all your success so far. Best of luck for December 9th up in Brisbane, fighting for the light heavyweight title. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll check in again in the coming months and see how strap season is progressing. Thank you very much for talking to me, Damian.
Beautiful. Thanks for the chat, mate.
Have a good one. Take care.